What's up, May? Alright, I guess I'm gonna come and say hi for a second. This is my first fidget video. If you guys know me, I do a lot of different stuff. You might know me from music, you might know me from working with me, you might know me from somebody else. This is Mason. My name is Joe. I go by Correa Joseph on Facebook, Fidgets Magee on this YouTube channel, and 307 Kid, Trail 7 in my music and whatnot career. So basically what I'm doing in this video is I'm just going to show off this collection, and it's a collection based on not because I want to collect fidgets, but because I bought 4 of them for my family, for me, my wife, my son, and my daughter, because it was like a cool little nifty little thing, and I got them for pretty cheap compared to what everybody sells them for, because I was working at the mall and I worked next door and I knew the guy real well. So not gonna lie, I got a few of them pretty cheap, and then I went to go trade them out because one of them broke pretty easy. It was a plastic one, so like ones like these are real, like they're cheap. If you drop them like real good, kind of like the screen on your phone, it'll break. But so we brought him back. I swapped it out. He let me swap it out, and I was wondering why he just let me swap it out with no problem. And come to find out, you can get these pretty cheap, at least the plastic ones, for less than $1 a piece, already built. But you had to order like thousands of them. So anyway, they start building them a little stronger. These are a little bit more like better frames. And then they start building metal ones, and these metal ones are actually pretty cool. They're like machined a little bit, and they have like 11 bearings in there, and these are pretty cool. I'm still working on these. These will spin pretty fast though. We've gotten like 3 minutes out of them. You can see. You get this on a regular with a cap, and it'll spin, spin, spin. My buddy and I timed it. It was like almost 3 minutes. That's really good. Of course, they make different ones, like lighted ones. This one actually clicks. You can click the lights on and off. I moved and made put different caps on this one. It's got orange. The lights spin. That one looks pretty cool. There's another lighted one. This one doesn't have any buttons, but it does like different designs, and it kind of like, it acts off of like if you tap it and touch it, the lights come on. So there's different lighted ones. Want to get down, bud? And there's this one, same thing. It's got clicks. This is 4 LEDs, and you see that's what happens there. Now see how it slowed down a little bit. Now what I do is I didn't finish telling the story. So once we swapped it out, I realized that I was like, well, I wonder how many stores have broken ones, right? So I just started going around to each store and picking up broken ones, and they would give me like empty frames, cracked ones, and I started collecting and getting all these bearings, so I could go through all these bearings and make them faster. To be honest with you, I'm pretty sure the people that sell these things, it's not in their best interest to fix them or do any kind of refurbishing if they're going so fast, which is what one of the guys told me. He said, I got no time to really, fix them. I just, if something's wrong with it, I'll swap it out, deal with it later. So sometimes you'll get a slow one that'll, won't spin very fast, and it stops like immediately. And then I'll just, I'll pop these caps off. I'll check it out a little bit, look at it, see if there's any messed up stuff in there. And a lot of people are using WD-40. From what I understand, WD-40 doesn't work very well because it attracts a lot of lint and dirt when kids put them in their pockets and stuff, and it's not really good. It can speed it up and whatnot, but so I think my son's going to bed, so it's just like me. Anyway, so people are using WD-40, and that's cool because that gives it like, a little, greases it up and whatnot, and but from what I've been watching, a lot of people say the WD-40 is not the best. So what I end up doing is, a buddy of mine told me brake parts cleaner, dries fast, cleans, leaves no residue. And I watched the video. It showed me actually they did a factory one, completely clean, like air and alcohol. They cleaned it out, no grease, and then grease. The one with nothing in it, cleaned out completely, actually ran faster than the one with grease or WD-40 or anything. So, I mean, do I recommend not putting anything in your bearings, you know? Because metal on metal is not good. If you get ceramic bearings, I guess that's going to be good. But I still do a little bit of WD-40. So I'm not going to do this right now because I'm in the house and I don't want to get, you know, anybody, you know, I don't want to smell it. But anyway, that's what I'll do. I'll brake clean it out, you know, let it air dry or spin it dry, and just keep doing it till it dries out, and then eventually I'll get faster and faster. And that's basically what I'm going to do with all these. Is I'm just going to go in there and speed all these up and clean them up and make them good. I got LED, I got lights, I got different colors, I got, you know, ones with caps on them, ones without, ceramics. I got, you know, you name it. I've collected a bunch of batteries. And on the other side, I got, you know, more of the caps, different colors, different metal caps that go onto these. On the metal ones, which are super fast. Then there's these frames, the gold. These are actually metal, you know, and then these go for like a little bit more money, you know, 20, 30 bucks. I think some people are selling them for. And like these, you know, but I tend to notice that these, you hear that noise? These all make that noise because they're all metal. You can quiet it up a little bit, but I don't know. These aren't my favorite. They're really cool. They're like little fidget spinners, you know, but they're not my favorite. And another thing about these is that you screw these off. This is how your caps come off. You screw them off, and then there's your bearing in the middle, and you could speed that up a little bit. But I got a couple of these, to be honest with you, because these caps were loose, and somebody was like, forget it, I don't want it. And I just, my wife figured out you can untighten these. You can, you know, loosen these up or tighten them up and take them apart. So that's just basically what I've been doing, is just taking them apart, analyzing them, checking them out, cleaning them up. There's metallic ones. Spin pretty fast. I put new bearings in this one. It's pretty dope. I'm working on my tricks. I got a little spin. This is my stunt. This is my stunt spinner. It's like, came from a black. These are black LEDs, but they don't work. I don't care. I put a different cap on it. I sped it up. This is the one I use for. It makes noise. I don't really care. It's like my junk, like just trick. I try. Can't do it. Not yet. I'm sure. In one of my videos where I was spinning. Now, all right. So to finish the story, I started collecting them, and not to refurbish them, but I started collecting them because I saw a video where my wife tagged me and said you can make these out of zip ties and, you know, bearings. So I was like, okay, let me make these just for fun, just to see what they're like, because I think they're pretty neat looking. They're like industrial. You know, I'm working on building center caps for these. Now these are the ones I built originally. You can see I got these on my page. These are just black zip ties, and these are the first ones I did weren't very well balanced, because I understand you got to have an exact measurement. So what I did was I exactly measured, you know, all around, and then each of these pieces is now exact. So they weren't properly balanced at first, and then I started realizing that you have to have them exactly. Not only that, what matters is each bearing has to be the same exact one. Like this one will say 627 RS. Whatever that writing is, and then this is I have 3 of the same on here, but you know, they have to be the same bearing, same weights, because if you don't, they're gonna wobble. And this one's got a little bit of a wobble. I probably got to do it over. Then I started to do just messing around in my garage. I literally went in my garage and I went through all my, you know, hardware and stuff, and I started just making ridiculous ones. This one moves pretty fast and it stays fast, but it wobbles a lot because of this weight on top, but I still got it balanced. I thought it was really neat looking, like it's just novelty, but you know, different parts. I wonder if that's like, I don't know where this goes to, like a fan assembly, or some of these parts I used, like this one. It's got like little rubber pieces in the middle, and then I started getting creative and, you know, coming up with some new ones. This one sits flat. You can actually you know, and then you can stack them. And that's what I don't know if you've seen my other videos, but I had them stacked up and spinning. They were really neat looking. I'm gonna turn these off. Yeah, these are really cool. You get you can click these a couple different times and get different lighting effects, which is neat. So look for the LED ones that have the lighting effects you can click like a couple times, rather than just the one that has the lights and there's nothing else you can do about it. This one's glow in the dark. This one's my daughter's, and she loves it. And I put some LEDs in there for her. The glow in the dark one had bearings in it, and I took them out and put some lights for her. Anyway, back to this. So then I started making different color ones, you know, 3 bearings, different colors, different Rangers colors, or whoever, you know, red, white, and blue. This is an LGBT one. It's got different different color zip ties, you know, like blue, just rainbow colors. It spins pretty good. I'm still working on the hardware. This one's got like little nubs right here and here. It'll kind of work. You know, this is just me experimenting. These aren't like, you know, finished products or nothing, but this one right here, I found some like these cool little flower looking pieces, and it's not the best properly balanced, but I'm working on it. Then these I think are like probably the best ones that I've created so far, and I'm still working on it. And I think I found a really nice piece in some hardware I was looking through today. This one's not bad. This one's pretty well balanced. It's still wobbly. Anyway, so this is the green monster. I've actually had this online, and I was spinning it outside, if you can see it. And this one's green, and I found a nice screw and nut combo. It's got a built-in washer, and I think this is a real solid piece if I can work on the balance, because these aren't balanced properly, as you can see. This piece is here, this one's here, this one's here. So I'm gonna have to redo this one and balance it. But once it gets balanced, I think I might have a finished product right here. So stay tuned for that, because I'm definitely gonna try to get some of my own stuff going. I was talking to the guy that actually helped me get some of these fidgets, and he had mentioned to me if I made a custom one, I'd be able to put it up on the website. If you go to spinninfidgets.com, SPINNIN FIDGETS, spinninfidgets.com. That's the guy that I'm working with in the mall. He says, you know, if we come up with some custom pieces, I might be able to put them up on the website. So if you guys can support me and go to his website and give him a couple looks, that'd be cool. On his page, he's got all sorts of ones, metallics. He's got he's starting to get some other custom pieces. He's got the light up ones. He's got these. He's got these. He's got the metals. Now some other stores, some other places have these. Like I said, these are new to me, or I think they're machined. They say military grade plastic. The details of it, you can see they're real, like it looks like nice finely machined, and then in the centerpiece is these little, like the clips are the caps are a little bit better. They're not like just cheap plastic. They're actually a little bit harder grade. They have a what do you call it, a surface to them. Like you can see it's a little rough. It's like a design. And you know, I put these red bearings in here. I just got this one empty, and just with this, without the bearings, and so then I refurbished it, and this one spins pretty good actually. That one's not bad at all. And then the Batman, you see the Batman, this one's really wobbly. It's just because of the way the design. I tried to put in new bearings, and I tried to put in the evenly spaced bearings, but oh, whatever. It's just a neat little fidget thing. It's not meant, you know, I don't think it was meant to spin for days, but it's cool. It's the bat symbol. This one right here, I literally got with 2 balls missing. This one was castrated, and I got this one, and it had 4 in here, but it was missing 1. So I just swapped it out. This one still spins. I can, you know, you could take one of these out. Let me show you to see this one. I'm still working on this one because I need to get some more spare parts, but this one's neat. That one spins ill. And actually, it spins better with just 4 in. It makes it super heavy with the other 4. And it actually is not, it's more comfortable lighter like this, to be honest with you, my own personal opinion, but I'm still working. I'm going to put 4 of those in there. And then this one's cool. I told you about this one. I was just missing one, and then the caps were off, so I super glued the caps on real carefully around the bearing, or in the middle. Added another piece, and boom, boom. Reminds me of, I don't know why, it reminds me of brass knuckles or something. But that one's kind of neat too. Then I got this one without a centerpiece, and I think one ball was missing. So I took one of the balls out of there, and I put it in here, and then I put the old style center cap on it. And this, I think this one's one of my favorites. It's really small, really compact. It's red and black, my favorite colors, and it's one of those machine plastics. You can get it spinning real good with your finger, just fidgeting around. You know that a lot of people are asking, you know, that aren't up on the new trends and stuff, like, what are these things? What's everybody got them for? And they're so weird. And you know, I see them in school, and look, I don't condone these kids bringing them to school, because I understand that, like, you know, for kids that have ADHD and for some special needs kids and whatnot, like my neighbor, I ended up giving him one of these that I refurbished just to see if it would help him out, and he said he loves it, and he's coming over to pick a couple colors, you know, here in a few days, and he said it keeps his attention, and he's really hard. He was over here at a birthday party one time and just running around the house and just really like laying on the ground and going crazy, and he said like it's really helped him. So like I was gonna say, maybe 2 out of 10, 15, 20 kids really need it. You know what I mean? Other than that, I consider these toys. And the idea that some kids in school would have them and then the other 18 kids want them, that's why I don't think they belong in schools, because you really can't, you know, control every the other kid's wants. Even if there's 1 or 2 kids that could really use it, all the other kids are going to want it, and they're going to get in fights about it, and it's just not necessary. So I see teachers, I know teachers are taking them away, and my daughter tried to bring one of hers to school, and then all the kids on the bus are yelling out the window, spinning theirs, you know. It's kind of a neat little craze. It reminds me of Pogs, Tech Decks. It really reminds me of Tech Decks, because I used to customize Tech Decks. I would take different wheels, and me and my friends would trade trucks and, you know, find cool ones and lay them in, you know. Anyway, so it's a really neat toy, the way I see it. Here's another one. This is just hollow. It's not the heavier plastic. Now these are heavier plastic. This one's not. This is a lighter plastic, but it's a puzzle piece. I've showed this off a couple times on my page, but it spins so fast, like it's so little. And I got this one basically because this piece was broken off and somebody returned it. They didn't want it, so I just super glued it, fixed it. Now I have a puzzle piece. What else? Maybe I can just do one real quick to show you how I refurbish these things. I'm not gonna do the brake cleaner or nothing, but I'll show you like a little bit of insight on. Look, I got the military ones. I'm about to do this one. This one I just got. The bearing's a little sleek in here. I'm gonna brake clean it out. Compressed air works good. Getting all the lint and stuff, and like I said before, WD-40 attracts the lint and different dirt, so if you don't have caps on them, you might risk getting, you know, some stuff in the bearing, or even right here you'll see like a little bit. So just be careful if you start making a thing of this. But it's easy just to refurbish your bearing and keep it moving. You know, a lot of people are just like, this one sucks, and then they return it. And that's where I come in. So let's see. Oh, here's my little parts bucket that I'm probably going to start working on a custom chain piece. I got a little plastic piece here that I might drill out. I got, this little piece is going to serve me pretty well. I got these little caps, you know, small customized pieces. I also saw you can make little fidget spinners out of water bottle caps. So I might make some, and I've donated a few. I'm involved in like a homeless thing, and I went out there the other day and handed out a few to some of my friends that I know out there, and I got to know some people downtown when I worked at Starbucks, and I made some friends, and I see them every once in a while. And last time I went, I had some spinners with me, and I was just like, hey, you guys heard of these? And they were like, nah. One of the guys did, and he didn't have one, so I gave him one. But the other two, girl and the guy that I know, they were like they didn't know what they were, so I handed them a couple, and I don't know, maybe it'll serve them a little stress relief for their day and maybe help them move forward in things. And you know, whatever it is to people. You know, they got this chrome on this one. It spins so fast. All right, so let me be quiet. What am I gonna do? I told you I was gonna show you how I refurbish. So let's see this one. This one sucks. Look at this. Like it's all. Yeah, it's crappy. All right, so first thing I do is pop out the bearing. Right. So you got a shell. Like, and this is just that red plastic one. This one sucks, but it's, you know, whatever. So this one, I'm gonna, let's see. Where's my, oh, here. Okay, so I got an array of tools that I put together for myself that really serve me well. Just if you can't get it with your fingers.